This is the 2025 Porsche Macan EV, and for the past 6 months, we've been putting it through its paces as a true family car. Now, this isn't a sponsored video, it's not a press car. This was bought with my own money, and I actually decided to surprise my wife with this car because, well, she is pretty awesome. And if you stick around until the end of this video, you're going to see what her reaction was to that. So this is the base model Macan EV, but as you might be able to tell, it has a lot of optional extras, like the rear wiper. That's volcano grey paint, which was also one of my choices. The 22-inch RS Spider design wheels, which I absolutely love the look of. Also painted in that gold neodyme colour. Then you have the carbon fibre side blades, a panoramic roof, which makes all the difference on bright, sunny days and with the kids in the back. Plus the black roof rails, the extending tow bar. This was one of my must-haves, so I can fit a bike rack onto the back. The Matrix LED headlights, the LED tail lights, Glacier Blue. These look really cool. The Porsche logo door lights, the heated windscreen and privacy glass, the leather interior, the 14-way comfort seats, which are very, very comfortable. The Power Steering Plus with active suspension management and optional extra for the electric sport sound. The augmented reality heads-up display, which is just incredible. The surround view with active parking support, adaptive cruise control, comfort access to allow for keyless and easy access. The air quality system, built-in home link, which if it helps, there's a couple of buttons underneath the rearview mirror. The smoking package, which is just basically a smoking pot, which I don't think I even have anymore. The passenger display and the Bose surround sound system. Now, all in all, that can add up to quite an expensive purchase price. Like my own Taycan, this was an ex-demo car, so I managed to get a very nice discount off of that list price. Plus, if you buy this through a limited company, at least here in the UK, you can write the full amount of this car off in year one, which means I also saved nearly £15,000 more in corporation tax, which is pretty nuts. $269 miles left and 241 miles to get home. We'll be there at 7:20 p.m, 4 hours, 30 minutes. 7:20 means the kids might not be in bed, so we might actually have a chance to get the kids' reactions as well, which would be awesome. Android Auto is actually coming up on this display in front of me, which is pretty cool. My wife only really has one requirement for picking a car. She just wants to be a bigger car than all the other cars on the road. So if she was to have an accident, then chances are her and the kids will be okay. Now, my requirements were honestly only one thing. We had to have a tow bar so we can use the tow-mounted bike rack that is just far easier to put bikes on the back of the car than it is to pull bikes off of a rack that's on the roof instead. And so I found this base model Macan EV with a ton of extras, and I booked a train, lied to my wife, and planned a full day to pick it up and drive the car back. And genuinely, this is a really nice drive. I mean, of course, it's a Porsche. Of course it's a nice drive. Very first impressions, the heads-up display, because it's right in front of me, very, very clear. I think I read somewhere that it's meant to be like an 80-inch TV in front of you, but it's very clear. I've had heads-up displays in other cars before, and it's very difficult to know if there's, like, when you lean to the side, you lose it, whereas this one is very, very clear. Very handy to actually have the speed limit in front of you. So it says 30, I can see exactly how fast I'm going. I've got cruise control on there as well, so if I set that, then I can see what my cruise control is doing. So why did I get a Porsche Taycan? So we currently still have a, what's it called? A JIQ, and there are loads of admittedly useful safety features on it, but for my wife, it's just too techy, and it bings and bongs you a lot, and you have to go into the menu systems and disable them each time. Now, I understand this is like a new thing that every car has to have these extra safety features that have to come back on every time you disable them. So like every time you turn the car off and back on again, it comes back on. But it's frustrating my wife. And we don't like frustrating my wife. So I started having a look around at Macans because I have a Taycan, and Taycan is such a good car. I absolutely love my Taycan. I'd have another one if I could do, although I'd have a 911 if I could. But this is a really nice car. The fact is we get a second screen, which is going to be really fun to play with as the passenger because I'm the passenger, so I can control the music. There's stuff in here that ticks my boxes. So both the steering and acceleration is incredibly good on this car. Considering this is the base model Macan, and also considering my Taycan 4S is the more spicier version, this still feels really, really good when you put your foot down. We're kind of at the stage now where with electric cars, I think with any electric car, that when you put your foot down, you only need to put your foot down as much as you need to kind of get where you want to go. You don't have to, like, you know, put your foot down and then wait for the rest of the car to catch up with you. I'm also incredibly impressed with the range on this car as well. So even on a cold day, we're getting over 300 miles from a full charge. And on a warm day, we're getting close to 400 miles on a charge. And something that I've got to know as I've driven a Tesla for like the last 8 or 9 years or so is that Porsche's accuracy with their mileage estimation is very, very good. You know, you're counting down mile per mile from like sat nav to the miles dropping off the car. Whereas with the Teslas I've always driven, I've always had to like assume that I've had half as many miles as I've actually got, because the Tesla's calculations just always seem to be way, way off. And I think generally speaking, we've kind of reached the point now where driving electric cars, you don't really need to worry about range anymore. There's chargers everywhere, motorway service stations have chargers. And when I say chargers, fast chargers, where you only need to stop off for about 10 to 20 minutes. We haven't actually been to a charger in this car yet because we just charge up full charge at home whenever we need to. And this car, it's about maybe once a week, we'll just pop it on charge overnight and get a full charge. There is just no need to visit petrol stations anymore, which is very nice. Now, honestly, it has been such a great family car over the past 6 months. For my wife's daily commute, ferrying the kids around to school and their various clubs, to the gym and back again, and just fun weekends away where I can fold down the tow bar, throw on the bike rack and head to the nearest centre parks or take my boy to the local bike trails. All of this, from its range to being practical for long journeys, to having an absolute ton of boot space to fit suitcases when we fly abroad, to all the interior storage, the cup holders, the lighting at night time, and the car just looks stunning, daytime or nighttime. Before we move on, a quick shout out to VITURE for sponsoring this video.
Can I keep wearing these?
And this is something that has quickly become one of my favorite travel pieces of tech, and that is the VITURE Luma Ultra, which is a pair of XR glasses, which gives you a ultra sharp, ultra large display wherever you are. It features Sony's latest micro OLED panels that, thanks to VITURE's optical magic, hit up to 1500 nits of brightness. The audio is also powered by Harman and sounds great without the need to isolate from the world with, you know, big headphones on. The Luma Ultra also has proper spatial computing built in. You can leave a window in one place, and with the 3 front cameras providing 6 degrees of freedom, they will stay put and are stable as you're moving about. And they are much smaller and much more comfortable than full-on, you know, VR goggles. The arms are flexible, the temples can be tilted, and you can adjust for myopia on the top. Plus, to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Cyberpunk 2077, VITURE have partnered up to create a special collector's edition. Now, these have been specially designed by CD PROJEKT RED's own art team. They look stunning, and I'll leave a link in the description down below to get 10% discount on your purchase, and a huge thank you to VITURE for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, this wouldn't be a tech review without reviewing the technology. So this car is fitted with the optional augmented reality heads-up display, and it is pretty incredible. It shows you, you know, all the usual things: speed limit, speed of the car, if you're using the cruise control speed limits, but also it integrates with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and something I've only just discovered in the last few days after shooting this video is that if you use the built-in satellite navigation to, you know, direct yourself somewhere, it actually put arrows on the screen in front of you that kind of line up with the roads. So if you're, you know, if you need to be turning right or left, it will stay on screen and the arrow will just show you exactly where that turning is. Very, very impressive, and so much better than just the normal regular like heads-up displays. Genuinely means I don't need to look down ever and look at the speedo because everything I need is in front of me. And with that heads-up display, if you are on cruise control, it will actually give you a warning triangle like stickered to the car in front of you if you're getting too close or if there's anything going on. You get a visual display on the distance between the car in front of you. If you are getting too close, there'll be a green line that appears. The LED strips that run down the side inside of this car also, at night time, looks like a total spaceship, very, very cool. But they're actually very practical because, as you might notice, when we're going past certain cars, and if cars pull up alongside us, they will actually flash orange to make us know that, you know, if you are trying to overtake, there's something there. It basically covers your blind spot. So they are very, very practical. There are a couple of USB-C ports in the back, which are great for keeping your kids, you know, tablets and phones and whatnot technology charged up. There is also one wireless charger in the front here, which is okay. It's good enough. It kind of keeps the phone topped up from time to time, but I do get an error message a lot of the time where it just isn't charging because maybe you've got a case and it's, you know, not quite lined up the right way. So it can be a bit finicky, but I like that it's tucked out the way, you close the lid, and then your phone's put to one side and there's no distraction from your phone. Going back through those optional extras though, the only option I cared for when looking around was that it had to have the tow bar fitted because you can't retrofit that. And honestly, there really aren't many which I would class as must-haves, not for a family car anyway. Now the tow bar, to me for one, was a must-have. I would also say the surround view is a must-have, at least when you spec the larger wheels. When you're parking in tighter spaces, being able to use the cameras to see the front wheels and having the front camera right on that front bumper means you can be very accurate with how much space you have left. Adaptive cruise control, for me, it's always a must. It works really, really well on the Macan EV, but then again, my wife never uses it, so take that or leave it. Bose sound system also sounds great. But again, nothing I would say is essential. And if you were to push up to a Macan 4 or 4S or higher, then just don't forget you'll be trading any extra speed from your range. Loads of the other features are awesome, don't get me wrong. I love the heads-up display, the panoramic roof, the matrix headlights, the wheels of course are incredible, but if I was speccing this from new, I'm not sure I would have gone so crazy with all of these options. So after 6 months of using this car now, I am still pleased we bought this. We have no plans to change anytime soon. And I know this is a very YouTuber-y thing to do, but of all the memories, one I will always remember is not just my wife's face and her reaction, but my kids' reaction when I made the long, near 10-hour round trip journey to surprise my wife with way more than she ever thought was possible as her dream car. We are home, almost. I've stopped at the office. The home is just a few minutes away. 41 miles left of range. So for this entire journey, it's been absolutely bang on with the mileage. But now I am super nervous. This is like a totally not what you normally do, is it? Buying somebody a Porsche is just ridiculous, isn't it? Jesus. Plan is to pull up that house. Okay. I've parked it. Send her a text and say, come out. Oh, my hands are shaking. Can you see that? See if she's gonna come outside. Oh, she doesn't always have her phone on her, does she? She's probably got her phone off. Hey, come outside.
Why?
I'll come outside.
Why? Why?
Come outside.
Why? What is it? Tell me. What is it? You got a new Porsche? Shut up. You got a new Porsche? That's Mummy.
Are you joking?
You got a new
Surprise!
car.
Oh my god, babe.
Are we
Are you
keeping this
serious?
car? Are we keeping this car?
No, we're not.
No. No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my blood, you're the cure.
Is that why you went to Manchester today?
It was, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Never knew that it could mean so much.
I'm in shock.
We can share
So
it.
much.
Shall we get half of that?
You're the fear, I don't care, cause I never.
She likes it.
I'm gonna sleep here tonight.
Are you? And as someone who, myself, never thought I'd own a Porsche, well, then there were two. To someone who works harder than I ever have every single day, To my best friend, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. You deserved it. Well done.
Now the only question is, how the heck do I get myself in a 911 GT3